Hey guys, so today I'm really excited about my topic, which is going to deal into one of my super secret strategies for expanding my brand so quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer up front because we need to dig into the details. So, one of the strongest, biggest marketing strategies I have is speaking. And as you guys know, I get asked to speak quite a bit, several times a month in my peak seasons. And by several times a month, means I can get booked between 4 and 8 times in a month. I think my record is 10 times in 45 days. So, I get booked to speak quite a bit. Now, why do I take on these speaking gigs? So, first of all, let me tell you that 10 times in 45 days was when I was really trying to rebuild my business, rebuild my brand. So that was about 2015, 2016. And I had just relaunched my business in 2014. So I was really pushing hard to expand my brand. I will say these days in the 2020 time, I take much fewer speaking gigs. I'm much more strategic about where I speak, and I produce a lot more content. However, if you are at a point in your life where you need to grow, scale, or generate more revenue, then speaking is a good opportunity. Now, so let's break down what speaking is. So for me, as a coach, speaking is a marketing tool. It is not a revenue strategy in and of itself. So I know a lot of people want to get paid to speak. And I'll do another podcast about what that looks like. But right now I want to talk about just scaling through speaking. So, let me give you the 3 reasons why speaking is so important for you. One, write this down. Number one, it positions you as an expert. Okay. And that's what you want to be known for. When there's so many people in the marketplace and it's so saturated, and it's like, how do I stand out if it's 50 other people that do what I do? And one of those ways to stand out is to speak. Because when you're on stage, speaking gives people insight into the knowledge that you have. And once they hear and understand that knowledge, they want to work with you up more closely. It never fails. Every time I have a speaking gig, when I leave the stage, before I can even get out of the door of the auditorium, there's usually a line of people waiting to talk to me, right? And I have a team, and that team collects their information, and we do follow-ups with those folks, and we're generally able to close deals and sell them into something, okay? And so it never fails. But in addition to that, those people also follow me online. Even if they don't stand in line, they follow me online. They sign up for my email list. If I give away some kind of free gift, they sign up for that. And so usually I get a list of people where I nurture them into something. So there's a list of people, the group of people that follow me right away that we get in contact with, and we have the follow-up sequence. And then there's those people that are more passive, and they just kind of connect with you on social media or follow you online. And those are what I call the looky-loos. They like to look and lurk and watch, but I love them because lurkers are lucrative. So it's important. Sometimes people, their sales cycle, their sales process, their buying process is a little more slow. It's a little more delayed. They need to watch you and see if they like you and see if you can give them what they need. And, they need a little more time to build trust with the brand. And when they need that, then that's what they do is they connect with you online, social media, email addresses, and just follow you for a little bit longer before they sign up with a service for you. So number one is that it positions you as an expert. Okay. Number two is it allows you to reach people that you would never have reached before. So when you speak on someone else's platform, you're now reaching their audience. It's an audience that you would not have attracted on your own organically. Okay? It's an audience that you would not have attracted on your own organically. And so every time you get on somebody else's stage, you're reaching 100 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people that you would not have naturally had access to. So you definitely want to do that for as much as possible because it does a lot of things, not just make you more money, but it also allows your community / your tribe to grow. Okay. It allows your community to grow. And that's ultimately what you want, because when we grow our community, guess what? The community becomes uh I guess the built-in ATM machine, right? Anytime you sell something, launch something, you've got a place to launch it. You've got people that are interested in it. So it's kind of pretty cool that you get to grow your audience, grow your community, and you also get access to people that you would not normally have access to. Now, why is that beneficial? Because it decreases our marketing dollars, right? It decreases our marketing dollars, right? So that is what we ultimately want to do, especially if you are a micropreneur, which means you have 5 people in your business or less, or you are a solopreneur, which means it's just you or you and an admin, and you are trying to kill the game. So then your budget is probably restricted. You probably don't have a lot of marketing dollars. So getting on other people's platform allows you to reach other people and decrease your marketing dollars. Okay. And let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is a little bit weird, but we've got to know this. It's your analytics. It's marketing research, right? People don't like the numbers, but it's important. It's important to have market research. When you're on stage, you can tell what your popular strategies are and your popular topics are by what people request from you. So event organizers will request things from you, and they'll say, hey, my audience wants to talk about this, or can you come talk to me about this? When they ask you to speak about something, it usually tells you how they see you as an expert, specifically where your expertise lies in their mind. They say, hey, when I think of this person, this is their superpower. That tells you, if you start getting a topic, the same topic over and over again, that means multiple people see this as your superpower. That means this is a potential opportunity for you to launch a product or a program or a service around this particular topic. It's really important to know what people want from you. The other analytic that you can get from that is you can gauge audience responses. If you get a bunch of people that send you a message, send you an email, join your email list based on your topic, that means you've hit something that is a pain point for people and they are looking for a solution. So the organizers are telling you, hey, here's where I see your superpower. And then the attendees will say, hey, you hit a pain point from me. So this is market research. Pay attention to the information, pay attention to the feedback, pay attention to how people react. Okay, so those are 3 things. So number 1, it positions you as an expert. Number 2, it puts you in front of an audience that you would not normally reach. And number 3, it allows you to gather market research so you know what programs to build or launch next. Now, would you like a bonus? I know. I already know the answer. You want the bonus. So here's the key about speaking. All right. Once you've selected your topic, right? Once you've decided, okay, here's what I'm going to tell people. There's a few things that need to happen in your talk for you to stand out. Okay. One is, whatever topic it is, you need to have a unique perspective. Don't get up and give the same information that everybody else is giving, blah, blah, blah. It's boring. Right? It's boring, and it doesn't say you're an expert. It says you're not showing people what they can get from you that they can't get from anybody else. And of course, Alexa, dismiss. Of course, Alexa is going to go off during the podcast. So embarrassing. Anyway, that's my 8:30 alarm, which means it's time for me to get to a meeting. So anyway, back to the bonus. You have to make sure that you give a unique perspective and not something that everybody else is regurgitating. I know for me as a brand strategist, I don't get on stage and talk about fonts. I mean, you can find that from any Joe Schmo. You can Google that. You can look that up on YouTube about fonts. So it's not something that I get on stage and talk about. People don't ask me to talk about that. I rarely talk about, brand colors and the psychology around colors. And when I do, there's a different twist on it. So first and foremost, I'm not going to talk about the things that everybody else is going to talk about. I go a deeper dive. I go a deeper dive into the strategy of the brand. Why? Because most people can talk very, very surface. Graphic designers, web developers, creative people, new strategists, they can talk about all the surface stuff, but I got 20 years in the game. So that means that I can dig deeper than most people can. That's the thing that sets me aside. I take something, a concept, I dig deeper into it, and I simplify a complex concept. That's my unique perspective, okay? Giving them actionable steps on a unique perspective. And I definitely talk about things that nobody else is talking about. So just be careful about those perspective. A lot of us are tempted to give surface information, but guess what? Today's consumers, today's attendees for events are a lot more savvy. They're a lot smarter. There's Google, there's YouTube, there's all these ways that they can research very basic stuff. So don't be basic. Don't be basic. Okay, guys, that's me. I got to get to this meeting. I'm out of here, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks.